Greetings, Battle Brothers. It's me, Aurelia Tempris, Defender of the Golden Throne and Servant of Humanity. Hello, everyone. Sorry for the no warning stream, but I was feeling a little tired today, and if I didn't just start it, it wasn't gonna get done. But I know we should hang out today. Because I said I would, so I want to keep my promise. Yeah, we're strimming. Not enough for multiple vowels, just one vowel. Strim. No, I don't have anything in particular planned, but I figure we just hang out, chat, and talk. I see some of you in the Discord server, doing something. Playing games. Someone's playing Minecraft. So, I just figured hang out, chat with everyone, see how everyone's doing, if they've got how their weekend is going so far. Has anyone gone to TwitchCon in the UK? Not the UK, I'm sorry. Europe TwitchCon, Rotterdam. My bad, I'm so sorry. Yes, I can see everyone on Discord is muted. That is a-okay. Everyone's just hanging out and having a good time. They're just having a good time. There's something nice about, like, hanging out with people. Like, you're in the same room and you, like, you don't need to say anything. You're just hanging out, you're vibing. I can relate. I can relate, so. I've been reading, God Machine and my mind hurts. Oh, I'm sorry about that. No, we're just gonna hang out today. Hello, hi Grey Knight. Yeah, we're just gonna hang. I'm gonna get comfortable in my chair. Relax. But I'm tired. It's not even a Sunday afternoon and I'm tired. That's okay. How am I? Yeah, I'm just a little sleepy. Just a little sleepy. I have, I had lunch and then I was like, oh goodness, I'm gonna fall asleep, and I'm like, well, I need to do a stream today. I said I would do one. My cat is chilling to this stream right now. Cat approved, maximum chill. Ginger Lover, were you the one that mentioned that your cat was hanging out for the last stream and then he left after I was done streaming? Like, that was funny. I was like, what? The cat likes my voice? What time? It's PST. PST is when all my streams start. That's the one I usually, like, advertise. Only if you had a sleeping toggle for your model. So I do. I actually have one where, like, if my model loses, like, tracking, it has, like, an idle animation, but it doesn't work like it's supposed to. Like, I bought one and everything because I liked it. But it doesn't work like it's supposed to. Unfortunately. Only you had to sleep. Yeah. I just read that. Just read that. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of yawns. there's gonna be a lot. Let's sit over here. See, someone said I wasn't at TwitchCon, but I'll be at my tabletop club tomorrow. It will be nice to play again. Oh, Bitless, what are you playing with? What army? How many points? Any plans? Yawn maxing. Yeah. Yeah. Yawn maxing. Dig it. Oh, but I knew that streaming would help, like, energize me. Perfect stream to paint miniatures too. Yeah. Yeah, I need to get back into painting miniatures. I was building a, book nook, and I got distracted from painting minis, so I should do that. I need to go back and paint some more, but I'm not prepared today. Yeah, I've got lots of things in building. Look, don't judge. I've got a lot of things. Got a lot of things. Bricky and Froggy had a panel today. I heard about that. She actually told me about it, like, was it a week or like 2 weeks before it was supposed to happen? She like showed me the email that she sent, and I was like, oh girl, fingers crossed. So I was really excited for her, because she went for it. So I'm really happy for her. Yeah, I heard it went well from our messages that we were exchanging earlier today. So yeah, I think she's very happy. So I'm real glad for her. He's really nice, very kind dude, and I hope he's enjoying his time in the in Europe. He's doing his whole big trip. I'm interested to see his like documentary video that he ends up putting together. That's gonna be cool. And am I let me look. His other video about Warhammer hasn't come out yet. I think I would have heard about it if it came out. I don't think it has. I think people would have been like bugging me. He's mentioned he wanted it to come out in May, but it probably got delayed because those are very intensive videos. But I have to keep an eye. I hope. Oh my gosh, I was supposed to say this earlier. I totally forgot because I just had a very short Thursday stream. Okay, let me. Oh, where is it? I was supposed to talk about this. Did you guys put it here? Hang on, 1 second. No, this one. This one. Okay. So, guys, heads up. So the weekend of June 13th, so not next weekend, the following weekend, there won't be any streams. However, I have coordinated with the mods to do like a big like community game, not game night, it's kind of like game day with a bunch of different like games that everyone can play. It's on Saturday, June 14th. I will post this in the Discord server and have like announcements there for that. I totally forgot to talk about this on Thursday. I totally spaced. But it's gonna be, let's see, it starts at they have a whole list of times. It'll say what time it starts, but it starts like I think 11 a.m. Pacific time. And they're gonna do Gardic phone. I don't know what that is. They got to choose what the itinerary was. Thank you mods. Mods, if you know the details, tell them. There's gonna be Space Marine 2 with the Astartes mod, and then also some Team Fortress 2 if people want to play. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I unfortunately can't be there. Yeah, I'll post the details, or if one of the admins, if one of you guys have time, just clean up the message a little bit and make it look nice and pretty, you can post it too. But if not, I can easily do it later. But yes, you guys should go to it because there won't be any streams that weekend. I will be unavailable. Yeah, it's on a Saturday. So that should like get like as many people as possible. People in the UK, people in the United States. Yeah. So you guys will have a ton of fun. I've heard like having like 12 people in a lobby is great. So I would like to join one of those eventually, but I would like to get a few things set up technology wise before I participate. Because trust me, there's like a bunch of community stuff I want to do. I like not being doxxed. Yeah, you're doing it then because she's unavailable. They don't want to hang out with me. I'm kidding, that's not true. Oh, thank you, Alistair. I'm glad you like my model. I'm a huge fan of it too. And if you like this one, I'm getting a new one done. The art is like almost done, and let me tell you, it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I'm so stoked, and I hope to debut it in the fall. That's my hope and my dream. but we'll see. There's a few other things I'd like to get done as well. Would you say it's pretty? No, it's gorgeous. Like, that model, like, let me put it this way. This model has got like a gremlin look to it sometimes. And I don't know if it's just because that's how I puppet the model. So I'll intentionally do like a gremlin-esque like face. But this other one, no. It looks like she's never made a stupid decision in her life. You look at that model, you're like, wow, she looks like she's got it all together. I do not, without giving too much away, that's the only thing I can really articulate to you. She looks so put together. This one is gremlin. It's got a little like gremlin mischief to it. I think the other one could too, because that could just be based on my facial expressions, but yeah. Hey, really? Are you gonna keep watching Warhammer 40k versus Star Wars? Yes, yeah. We will probably watch some next week, and then I'll paint minis during that. I forget what kept me from doing that the past couple weeks, but I think it was collabs and stuff. I'm gonna be more lore accurate. Maybe. My behavior and attitude won't change, but like you're gonna be like, is this our VTuber? Is this our VTuber? And I'm gonna be like, yes, it's still me, I promise. It's just well, but she looks great. I'm so excited. Like, I think the art's gonna be done like today or tomorrow. I feel so bad. I feel so bad for my artist, because when I spoke to them, I was like, hey, like, here's this and this and this, and they're like, okay, yeah, like, normally my commissions take like a month, and I was like, okay, but I know this is gonna be a little bit more complicated because it's got armor and stuff, and she was like, okay, no, that's like, okay. It's taken like, I feel so bad, it's taken like 2.5 months for her to do everything because it's so dang complicated. I feel a little bad, but it looks so good. It looks so good. I can't. It's worth it though. Yeah, new paint, same interior. Correct. Yep. It'll still be me. It'll just be more like, why would she say that? Yeah, no, they're definitely getting paid for all of that, and I felt so bad. Like I said, I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry. Like, you're getting so, like, you're getting all like these details, and she's like, no, I really like the concept, so like I'm here for it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you. I want to use her for future stuff. Oh, Zeal, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. Thank you, man. Thank you. Hopefully Hunter the Parenting will be a great Halloween Spooky Month reaction. We have to catch up on that. How many episodes are there of that? 30 plus? That means we have to finish Star Wars versus Warhammer 40k and Hunter the Parenting. 8? 8 episodes of Hunter the Parenting. What? At least 8 okay, come on. I was like, at least 8 episodes. I'm like, wow, you're really breaking it there. 23 episodes. New paint, same codex. Yeah, also that too. I have a 6-foot Imperator Titan model. If I show up at a tournament, can I use it? It depends on the tournament, Nano. Probably not. I don't think most tournaments allow that, but you never know. Yeah, it'll be Aurelia Tempris 2nd edition. Yeah, 100%. 2.0 2nd edition. saying the doxing could be a problem. Better research every game. If there's a known vulnerability regarding that, better be safe. Yeah, thank you 15 Stealth. I intend to be very safe. I don't like I haven't. I'll put it this way: a lot of people ask, so like why do you have like an avatar? Why do you use like a model? And it's just like I just like my privacy. I've not done anything that's like, oh my gosh, Aurelia's like the worst person ever. Like, she's the worst person ever. She does terrible things. Like, it's nothing like that. It's just, I like having my privacy. Yeah, I saw the Discord beep. I usually turn on Do Not Disturb, but I was like, I don't need Do Not Disturb today. And of course I get notifications. Of course I get notifications. I took care of it. So, I've committed so many war crimes in the name of the Emperor. That's why I'm hiding. Yes, correct. You're right. I commit so many. All the war crimes. Oh, and thank you for the bits, Dino Fan, by the way. Did you see any of the TwitchCon stuff? Like, what do you mean, Shadow? Thank you for the bits. What do you mean, like... I saw pictures that Froggy sent me. I saw stuff that she sent me, which was, like, great. She also doesn't want the Tau finding her. What would the Tau do? What realistically could the Tau do except, like, snipe me from 5 million miles away? Yeah, she sent me pictures that she took of her and Bricky. It was very sweet. I'd like to meet him in person at some point. That would be really nice. I've heard he's a stand-up dude. I mean, for the collab that we did back in like February, he was really nice and very kind, and we had a lovely chat after the stream. He seems like a chill dude, so I'd like to meet him in person. It just it would 100% boggle my brain from like what, 2 years ago when I was first watching Warhammer videos and like learning like the very basics, and I watched like Bricky's video and I was like, wow, this is interesting stuff. He's a cool guy. I like him. He's funny. And imagine like me being able to meet him in a professional sense. Professional sense sounds a little weird, but it is professional. Yeah, that was back in February. Yeah, at least in the States, we're almost in June. Yeah. Hello, peeps. Oh, okay, out of curiosity. I know they have these in the United States. The Peeps, the marshmallow candies. Do they have those in Europe? Or is it just a United States thing? I'm curious, because they used to be my absolute, like, favorite candy when I was young, and then, like, as I've gotten older, they're, like, way too sweet, and I don't like them. Yeah, marshmallows. Or, sorry, am I not saying it British enough? They're called Peeps. You guys not heard of these? One sec. Peeps. They're Easter candy. One moment. I'm gonna save a picture. Save image. Peep. There we go. One moment. I'll pull up the picture. The last picture I had pulled up was J Flare art. We love it. Okay. These. They're little chicks, but sometimes they're bunnies. I didn't know if they were like a European thing. I just never thought about it. Because, you know. America. Let me... One second. I'm gonna pull up another one. Another picture. Okay, yeah, that's a better picture. There we go. So you can get them in chicks, or you can get them in like bunnies. Never seen them in the UK? Sorry, someone said, hey, peeps, and I was like, man, I used to eat so many like, this is about what my parents would give me on Easter. It would be like 4 packs of peeps. It was a lot of peeps, let me tell you. And my little kid was happy and I could have like 2 at a time. That's how many I was allowed to have. I have seen videos of people microwaving peeps where you can stick toothpicks in them and they'll like fight each other. So yeah. No, but they're really sugary. The pink ones are gross because they've got, I don't know, they've got like a weird red, I don't know if it's red 40, but they just taste spicy. I don't know how to explain that to you. Like, if you guys have ever been to like a bakery, at like a grocery store bakery, and you get like a cake from them, their icing, the red icing and the black icing is like spicy. Has anyone experienced that? Is that just my childhood? It was like red, purple, and black icing just tasted off. So weird. So weird. And it was like, ew, I don't want that. It's just, it was whatever like the dye was. Just so gross. Oh no, my stomach, yeah. Yeah. 17 episodes and 100 the parenting, 5 episodes and 12 filler episodes. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so that's doable depending on how long they are. Okay, okay. Sorry. Getting comfortable in my chair. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one who experienced that. We don't get weird food coloring in the EU. Okay, so tell me if I'm wrong, but I've heard that you still get food coloring and like it's weird food coloring, but it's just like a different name. Like obviously not everything, but like I've also heard that it's just named something different. So maybe not be red 40, but it's something else. The EU just eats beans on toast. I can't get behind beans on toast. Most are banned in the EU, UK. Yeah, so but they're banned. However, like the they just changed the names. That's what I've heard, that they just changed the names, that it's not all that different. Yeah, those dyes, they're not good for you. They're definitely not. Oh, the episodes range between 30 and 50 minutes? Oh, that's a lot. We can make it work. We're really good at finding loopholes. Yeah. Maybe. I don't think about it too much. This is why fish and chips is the only good British food. Everything else is regulated. There are some merits to that. Oh, see, I don't know if I would want food coloring that's like red beet. I'm not a beets girl. I'll eat vegetables. Don't get me wrong. I'll eat a vegetable and like plenty, but beets, not so much. Curry is also an amazing UK food dish, but no, we don't need to go there. I think we were talking about like somewhat original British food. Like beans on toast, like that's like the classic British, like. Anyways. Oh. Jellied eels. Oh, that sounds terrible. Why would you? Ew, that sounds awful. Jellied eels. I'm sorry. Eel head pop. No, why would you do that? That's gross. I like good seafood, but like eel head pie, jellied eels. Ew, gross. Ugh. Beans on toast, a way to make eating simpler during World War II due to rationing. It never went away. Well, now they have to live with the stigma. Names are not very appealing, but eel is quite wonderful in every form. I've never had eel. You can't trick me with toad in the hole. I know what that is. Anyways, eel, I've never had it. I do pride myself in trying new things, and if I was offered eel, like, I would give it a shot, but it just does not sound appetizing. Like, things that I even think that might be gross is just, I don't know. I'm not sure. Not that much different from pork in jelly. Pork in jelly. What jelly is it going into? I hope not a fruit jelly. Wait a second, I'm sorry. Someone also needs to explain pork in jelly. Can someone explain what that is to me? I am a very ignorant American, and I say, my accent, jelly fat. What? You're saying it's the gelatin, so pork in the gelatin from the pork bones. Okay, I'm just gonna look it up. Pork in jelly. Because I know the gelatin you use... I'm really hardcore judging right now. This looks... I'm gonna... Oh my gosh, this looks not good. That does not look very good. This is appalling. Oh my goodness. Here, for those of you who don't know, I will not make you look it up as I did, but I will make you see it. And it's not the best photo. I thought it would be better, but... It's like Jello, but it's pork on the in... No, that's... Ugh. Like, I understand pork gelatin is, like, really good, and I'll put stuff like that in, like, other things, but, like, no. I'm sorry. No. No. I'd rather eat a Jello salad than that. Me too. I love meat, and that looks nasty. Oh, that looks terrible. Oh. And they like ooh. It's worse when it's like the shape of the dish. Like, oh, that looks so bad. I'm gonna save this one too. Pork and jelly 2. Oh, I'm sorry. This is so gross. And I am like, I pride myself in, it's the shape of the dish they made it in. Ugh. Note, I'm not a huge fan of canned tuna. There's worse ones that I could pull up, but I feel like I'm being fair with the ones I'm... It looks like cat food, right? It made me think of tuna, and I'm like, oh, no. That's nasty. Sorry about that. I apologize to you Europeans who like this. I'm sure it tastes great. That's just, oh, that looks so gross. Looks so gross. Are British people okay? They're fine. They're fine. They're just... Oh my gosh. I'm glad I ate before this because I wouldn't have an appetite after that. That is something. See, well, what do you consider British food? As a Brit, we're never fine. Well, yeah, you lost all your colonies. Anyways, I'm kidding. Jellied eels. Oh, I should look at that now. Okay, jellied eel. Ugh. They look like tyrannids. I'm sorry, that looks like a tyrannid. You're definitely gonna die after eating that. Hang on. Eel. One moment. I'm just judging food. You guys tell me your weird food dishes and I'm just gonna judge them. Okay. It came out blurry. Why did it come out so blurry? That looks like a tyrannid. Like a little ripper. Yeah, I've heard the joke about about the British and food. Yes, let me see if I can find a better picture. I don't know why the picture is like so small. No, I don't want that. I want the picture. Save the image. I want the... Here. It still doesn't look like very appetizing, but it's like better than nothing. Oh shoot, that's gonna be a really big photo. One sec. Resize it. There we go. It doesn't look nearly as bad. I think it's like something about like the shredded meat. Tyranids when they have to consume Death Guard, yes. Yeah. Boo. Shepherd's pie. Honestly, shepherd's pie is the bomb. I love it. I love it. So good. Anyways, there you go. They look just like little tyranids. See, that's more appealing. I'm sorry. Like, even like looking at the eel, I'm like, oh, that's appetizing. The other one, no, I just can't do it. I can't do it. Are you sure about the weird food? Europe is full of it. There's weird food like anywhere you go. Trying to think if there's anything particularly weird in the United States that might throw people off. But I know it's a cultural thing, so a lot of people are like, oh, well, I just eat jellied eels all the time, and that's normal for me. Oh, grits. Grits are kind of weird. I have a grandma who likes grits. I think I tried it once, and I was like, that's okay. It's like a weird oatmeal. The texture is off. I don't like shepherd's pie because of how the potatoes are. Interesting. So is it the potatoes, is it because you have mashed potatoes on the top? Because usually for the roast we don't use lamb, which I know you're supposed to. I think we've tried one with lamb and it was like good. But I think you can get beef a lot easier in the States, so that's what we have. So it's like a roast with like the special like seasonings, the vegetables, so it's like peas, carrots, and corn. Mix that all together. You heat it up on the stove. How my mom does it is that she'll make a bunch of it, put it in, like she'll put it in like a crock pot. The meat, make a bunch of it, and has it like set up so she can have like 5 or 6 like different meals frozen and ready to go. She'll heat it back up on the stove, then put it in the pan, and then make mashed potatoes and put it on the top. Yeah, see, that's what... yeah, if it's beef, it's called cottage pie. Shepherd's pie is with the lamb, right? We just call it shepherd's pie. I don't remember particularly why. I think that's just easier. Oh, deep fried Oreos? You're just saying, like, the weird things that, like, those aren't, like, mainstream. Like, I don't know about you. I don't know anyone that goes out and, like, has deep fried Oreos. You're right. Pineapple on pizza, it is a crime. I do not condone that behavior. Domino's has an Oreo pizza pie. What is that, in Asia, though? Or is that, like, a dessert pie, which is not the same and is very misleading if you're phrasing it like that. It sounds like just all the bad things from the United States are deep fried X. Whatever it is, deep fried blank. Yes, that's the war crime emote. Yes. Oxtail soup. Okay. I had oxtail soup, and it's a little bit to, like, get around with the name, but it's actually kind of good. It's actually kind of good. You just drink the soup and you don't, like, deal with the chunks, you're probably fine. Real good. Yeah, I assumed it was common in a lot of cultures. I didn't think it was a US-based thing. Like, the only thing I can think of that, like, the United States might have made, like, purely on our own, because, like, as you know, United States is a melting pot full of different foods and cultures and all that stuff. So it's like, what is, like, the American food? And I think it's, Southern cooking, where it's, like, biscuits and gravy. I think that is, like, the closest, like, with, like, the really sweet tea, so, yeah. Oh, thank you, Oddly. Welcome in. Hey, Aurelia, I love the content. Been binging your build and paint streams at work. Glad to finally be able to grab a stream live. Hey, yo, well, welcome in. I'm glad you're liking it, and I'm sure you will feel at home. I think we have a couple Iron Warriors fans here. I'm glad that you can make it in. Man, it's so funny. I was, like, so tired, and I was debating not streaming at all today, but I feel much better for it. I feel so much better for it. Cheeseburger, but okay. A cheeseburger is very American, but I would argue in some cases it has, like, so like hot dogs, for example. It's very German, like the sausages and stuff. I don't know if burgers were a US thing. That's the thing. Oxtail is amazing in a slow braised stew. Oh, that sounds really good. That sounds real nice. Oh yeah, cheese curds are weird. You're right. You're right. Cheese curds are also very US. Yeah, I didn't assume burgers were a US thing. I assume they came from somewhere else. Maybe fried chicken, but I wouldn't be surprised if other cultures, like, fried things, fried chicken before. It's always funny when you look at, like, as almost every single culture, it's like there's at least, like, three things that every culture learned how to do. Fry dough, make alcohol in some form, and then gunpowder. Not every culture. That one is kind of, like, loosey-goosey, but, like, those are, like, the three main things. They learned how to fry things, alcohol, and boomsticks. Cheese curds are very Canadian. I wouldn't have guessed. I just assumed they were Midwestern, like Wisconsin, because they're known for their cheeses there. Excuse me. But yeah, so I just find it funny. We're all like, You know how to make alcohol? You know how to do, you know how to fry dough? It's great. It's great. We all have our priorities in order. We may not agree on a lot of things, but we do like fried dough and alcohol. Yes, don't mix alcohol. Wait, alcohol and broomsticks? I thought you were gonna say boomsticks. Don't drink and clean at the same time. You won't be very efficient. You won't be very efficient. Sweeping under the influence, yes. That's funny. Is that a challenge? No, it's not a challenge. Be responsible. Be responsible. I wouldn't make any challenges about that. I just thought it was funny. Yes. Whiskey, deep fried bread, and muskets. That's all you need. Sounds very American when you put it like that. Oh. I love it. Oh, sorry, there's another yawn for you. Well, just because you can do something under the influence doesn't mean you should. Because I don't know about you, I'd be kind of mad if someone was like very under the influence and burnt my burger. I'd be very upset and sad. Because look, I'm a girl of simple tastes. I want my burger medium rare. And it bothers me when I go to restaurants and they'll be like, how do you want your burger? And I'll be like, medium rare. And they're like, you got it. And then it comes back and it barely has any pink in it. Like, it's not worth taking it back. It's not worth making them do it again, because it's like, I don't want to be a bother. And you know what? It's okay if it has some pink in it, but it's like, man, one time I was out, this was probably like a few months ago, and like our food, there was like 5 of us, and our food like took a long time, and it finally came out, and it was like the most done burger I've ever had, and it was kind of gross, but I felt bad, and we had to like go, and it just sucked. It's like, man, like, ugh. How rare is your medium rare? Well, it's funny because sometimes like there are only like specific places that like overdo it. But here's the thing, I shouldn't have to like articulate. I shouldn't have to be like, oh yes, I want to make sure I get like medium rare is medium rare. There is a range of acceptable for medium rare, but like it shouldn't be like barely any pink. Although it was funny, the other day I had a gift card for like a steak place, nothing too fancy, and I went there and I ordered a steak, and the guy was like, oh, how do you want it? And I was like, medium rare. And like, it was like an awkward experience. I don't know what was going on. Like, I don't know if he didn't hear me. He's like, you know, it's like gonna be like, it's gonna have like pink and a little bit of red in it. And I was like, yeah. And then he's like, well, yeah, you know it's gonna be pink and red. I'm like, yes, that's why I wanted it medium rare. It was really weird. I was like, yeah. Like, he was like adamant about making sure I knew what it was gonna be. I'm sure he gets customers like, oh my gosh, my burger is not well done enough, or it's like, it's too pink. So I'm sure he's dealt with that a lot, but I like looked him in the eyes, I'm like, yes, give it to me. If I wanted it blued, no, that's too far. A blue steak, ooh, no. it was, so it wasn't that he was like making sure that was weird. It was like he didn't think, I can't explain this well, because he had a certain like expression on his face that I found really odd. Because I don't mind when they're like, hey, like, because that's happened before. I order medium rare, they're like, hey, that's gonna have pink and a bit of red in it, okay? And easy, like no problem. But like, he asked more often than like I thought he would. Because like I acknowledged, I said, yes, I understand. And then he asked again, and I was like, what? I'm confused. Like I thought I said yes. It was just really, it was a strange experience. Because then there was like other stuff he like double checked with me on a lot of times, and I was confused. I was like, huh? Like what? Hmm? What, you choose the burger cooking time? Not here? Yeah. They let you choose. 15 stealth. If you don't get to choose how well done your burger is, you've never lived. Because if you've always had, well, it depends. If they gave you like medium or like medium rare burgers, that's great. That's awesome. But if you've always had like a well done or a burger that's like a little too done, oh my gosh, you are missing out. You're missing out. It's so good when you get a juicy burger. I don't know what happened. One of my siblings recently, my dad makes fantastic steaks, medium rare all the way, per usual. But recently, this sibling has asked to have their like steaks more like on the like well done end. And I don't understand it. I was like, what? Why? Why would you choose that? I've never asked, but I've been curious, because it wasn't like my dad always, like, it wasn't like they were rare. It wasn't like they were rare steaks or anything. It's like my dad was very good at keeping an eye on temperature. So, I don't know. They like the challenge of like chewing. My dad, I think, still keeps it juicy. But it's just odd, because you get way more flavor out of a juicy steak. Yeah, you're right. Medium rare is the only way to go. Have you tried, beef? Is that carpaccio? I don't know how you say that. Or Korean yuko. Basically raw marinated beef. So good. That sounds really good. I've never had either. I did one time. I was on a trip. I wasn't paying for it. It was awesome. I got to have wagyu or wagyu, however you say it. I don't know. It was so good. It was so delicious. It was amazing. It was awesome. I didn't have to pay for that. It was great. See, I would rather someone prefer their steaks rare and bloody than well done. See, I respect having a little bit of pink, but once there's no more pink in the meat, like, you've made a mistake. This is my personal opinion. Yes, it melts at chroma. Yes, it melts in your mouth. I swear, it is the best experience. I even, like, I went back, like, because I was with a group of people the first time, and then I went and I actually found another place that was, that's what one of their specialties were, and I went back and I got some of that. It was amazing. It was the best. I like some red in my steak, but I won't touch anything raw. That's fair. Yeah, see, that's fair. Yeah, it's a texture thing. I totally get that. I totally get that. She's giving off closet vampire vibes. Look, man, you want a juicy steak, you gotta do it right if you want a juicy steak. Great, now I'm hungry. I'm sorry. It's easy for me to talk about it because I ate like right before this. No problem. Great story. Oh man. Let's see. Was there any other good foods that I've had? There was this one place I went to, It was really nice because it was like an odd combination of things. It was a steak with like a combination like noodle place, which is not really common in the States. Like if you go to a steak place, they usually have like a vegetable, or usually potatoes is what goes with your steak. But this was an interesting place because you would get noodles with like certain like sauce and like a seasoning with your steak. I really like it because I like noodles and I like and I like steak. They had a really good soup as like an appetizer. I always just found that interesting because it's always steak and potatoes, but where I went, it was like steak and noodles. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna complain. This is fantastic. Noodles and steak is divine. It's been popularized in Hong Kong. I didn't know that. Have I ever partaken in funnel cake? Yes. It's been a long time since I've had funnel cake. I can only take so much of it because it's so sweet. But I love a good funnel cake. I definitely have to share that. I can't eat a whole funnel cake by myself. Ooh, birria tacos. Oh. One time, it was like, I don't even remember when this was. I got to have birria ramen. It wasn't nearly as like good as regular ramen, but it was at least like an interesting experience. Oh man, it was. I like birria. It was real good. At a hibachi restaurant? No, it wasn't a hibachi restaurant. Have I ever had stinking bishop cheese? No, I haven't. Is it good? I imagine it stinks, but probably tastes quite decent. Yeah, I don't have fair food very often. I don't really go to fairs. It's just not something that my family's ever been like super into because they're really expensive. They're really expensive, and like trying to get food there is just a nightmare as well. Bison burger. Have I had one of those? I've heard of them. Have I had one though? Maybe. Maybe I've had one. If I did, it's not like... It's not ringing a bell. I do think I had a reindeer burger though. I visited... Yeah, I think I've had a reindeer burger, which was okay. I'm all over the place with the burgers. Yeah, it's okay. Rudolph was very tasty. We have that there in Norway. Do you like it? Do you like them? Is it reindeer or caribou? I thought it was reindeer. I thought it was reindeer. But see, this is what I mean when I'll try a bunch of things. Like, I'll try that stinky cheese. There was actually one time I was on a trip, there was something I wanted to try, but I didn't get the opportunity to. I've had jellyfish. That's not bad. It was like the tentacle parts. And they had like a nice, like a seasoning on it, so it was kind of zesty. I liked it. I don't know if I'd eat a ton of it, but I would have enough. Phrasing, what? I don't know what I said. That was so bad. I've legit had like the jellyfish, like the stingers. It was good. You guys need to get your head out of the gutter. Get your heads out of the gutter. I was talking about food and you guys are like, oh, Aurelia's talking about zesty jellyfish. Oh. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. No, no. No, no. Bard, you're the one who started it, because Soko just said ew. And that's just about jellyfish, and that's fair. You can say ew about jellyfish. Oh, sorry, Shadow. I just saw your message. Chocolate chip cookies are American. They originated in the 1930s. Ew. I've learned a thing. Did you know... What? Speaking of stinky cheese, did you know that vomit and Parmesan have the same scent? You're welcome. One moment. I will be right back. I'm gonna get Parmesan out of my fridge. Okay, I'm back. I got the Parmesan from the fridge. I've never thought about this. I don't get sick very often, so let me... I don't know what your vomit smells like, but it doesn't smell like this. I would be happy if my vomit smelled like this. It could be, it's probably American knockoff, but like, I'm sorry. I am well aware of what my puke smells like, and it does not smell like Parmesan cheese. No. I don't get sick very often, but I actually, when I get sick, I attribute the puke smell to like the cleaner my dad used to use for like the trash cans, because if you were sick it was like lean over, puke into the trash can. And so my dad was always the ones that cleaned it, and I have a visceral like reaction when I smell that same cleaner, because it reminds me of like when I was sick, because that's what you would smell when you're like, well, back in the trash can that my dad just cleaned. So, I don't associate it with Parmesan cheese. What did Bright say? But there's a lot more than one. No, that's fair. I'm sure there's a lot of different Parmesans, but it just doesn't do it for me. They did a study and people couldn't tell the difference, and last time I checked, both they smell the same to me. Casually just smelling when people are sick. Oh, okay. Well, I learned a thing. Parmesan cheese is not ruined for me. Hey, Aurelia, is there a place on Discord to post pictures of the models we're painting? Absolutely. There is a channel called Tabletop Crafts and Creations. That one. Or Tabletop Gaming is also acceptable. Either one. Yes, post your minis. Let us look at them. And let us appreciate and compliment them. I did just notice your username. It's kind of funny. Will you be executed if it's a Xenos army? No. But the Inquisition will be monitoring your location, and they will find out where you live with your IP. Mm-hmm. Oh. I love that. We went from a conversation like, let's talk about cheese, And then we went off to regular talk about minis. Space Marine 2 will be getting a Blood Angels heraldry so Lamenters fans can have their Lamenters and stop crying. Well, you know what? No, you know what would be funny if there was a bug with the Lamenters. With the Lamenters patch. Oh gosh, that'd be kind of funny, I won't lie. Mean, but yeah. Thank you for the bits. I don't think I said intimately. I think you're misquoting me. Did I say intimately? That sounds weird. I don't think I did. I don't think I said intimately. That sounds like a weird thing to say. And if it is, well, I guess I'm just weird. Oh well, I knew this. Oh well. I did. Huh. Well, I'm just weird. There it is. I'm just weird. Streamer being weird unheard of, yeah. Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. I'll just deal with it. Oh, guys, the art is officially done. I just got a link with all the stuff. I'm so excited. So excited. I really want to show you guys, but I have to show restraint. You guys need to be wowed and amazed. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, sorry. That wasn't a burp. It was like I opened my mouth and air escaped, but it wasn't a burp. I swear. I swear. Yeah, the new model. Gonna look so good. Gonna look so good. No, it wasn't a burp though. Like when I yawn sometimes or I open my mouth, there's like air will escape, but it wasn't like I'm actively like burping. I can if I wanted to, I just don't feel like it. I try to avoid it. Leb warp, maybe. Yeah, new model. It's supposed to get rigged starting in July. So I'm hoping in September. Maybe not September. I don't know how long it's going to take, but at least in the fall. We will see. We will see. There's some other things I'm trying to work on in the meantime, but it's not going like I hoped, unfortunately. Please tell us the new model is just a cat model with the Aurelia face, and I promise it's like it's better than that. It's better than that. Oh, Shadow, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Caro. Thank you, dude. There. Go away. There we go. Sorry, I have these like tabs that pop up and they get in my way from seeing chat. I like the excitement about new art. It reminds me many years ago when I used to commission artists for artwork. Yes, honestly, it's so exciting. It's so exciting to like get new art. And this is like, it's not like, oh, it's just art. It is the art. It is the art. And it looks so good. She works really hard. New model, Bongo Cat? That would be good. That... a Bongo Cat model. No, see, I just have... That's why I just have, like... Do I have a... I thought I had a toggle for Bongo Cat. I don't. Let me put Bongo Cat on me. One second. One moment, one moment. There. Bongo cat. No, I think I had a button that would like just put it on my head. But I couldn't find it on my deck. So I had to just put it up. Oh no, there is one. It's right here. Now I have this is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them. 1 second. I was just looking in the wrong spot. There. There we go. It stimulates the brain. Gets the blood flowing. Because heaven knows there's not a lot going on up here. Except my love for sanguineous and medium rare meats. You're right, what brain? Oh, the things I would like to say. I just had it in a different spot. Okay, Bongo Cat is happy. How often does Aurelia pull up that this is getting out of hand? Now there are 2 of them. Look, okay, look, I don't usually use that very often, but it has been more frequent, I have noticed. But I don't use it all the time. It's just been like the past like week I've used it like a couple times. I swear, I promise. I promise. Oh yeah, that's fair. Since starting Star Wars versus Warhammer 40k, I do think about that more often. That's true. Mm-hmm. I like Bongo Cat. Now see, here's the question. Here's a question. Do we like Bongo Cat more? Or do we like Nyan Cat? I remember when I was younger, I loved Nyan Cat. And in Minecraft, I did like, you know, it's kind of like pixel art of Nyan Cat. So I just like took the picture and I did Nyan Cat. And it was like my favorite thing for a long time. Yes, of course I named the sheep Jeb. I needed it. I needed it. It was funny. Actually, so this was several years ago. But I was playing with my friend on a server, and she and I had gotten into like an argument. It was something stupid. I forget what it was about, but I was like, I was really pissed and mad. And so like this is survival, by the way, survival mode. I just walk off in a direction and I'm like, I don't want to be here. And I just walk away. And so I was thinking about it. I was like pissed. I was mad. So I like walked for quite a bit. And then like I was on my way back because I was done and I was gonna apologize because I think I did something wrong. But on my way back, guess what I found? Guys, I found a naturally occurring pink sheep. And I knew they were rare, but I didn't know how rare until I came back and I gave it to my friend. I said, here, this is like my apology. I'm sorry. I was being a butt. And then I gave them the sheep and they're like, Aurelia, do you know how rare these are? I'm like, I know they're rare, but like how rare are they? And they're like, what? It's like pink. Let me look it up. They're real rare. Pink sheep rarity Minecraft. Okay, it is. Adult pink sheep have a 0.164% chance of spawning naturally. And they're like, you didn't dye this? I said, no, I just found it. She was happy after that. We made up. they're not common at all. So I just walked off into a direction because I was mad, and I was like, here you go, pink sheep. She's like, wait. Huh? Yeah. Well, we were good before. I think I was being a butt about something. I forget what it was though. I probably deserved it. This is like a while ago. Ooh. Nyan Cat's not old? Oh. Are people saying Nyan Cat's old? 'Cause that makes me sad, because then I'm gonna be old. And I'm gonna be old as a result. Thank you for the follow, Oddly. That was a decade ago? Nyan Cat? I thought it was longer than that. Nyan Cat. Nyan Cat. Oh, it just popped up Minecraft right away. What the heck? When did it come out? Year. 2011. So more than a decade. I was like, I thought I'd been like 12, 13 years. 2011, yeah. Nyan Cat's been around. There you go. I've checked my posture. I saw somewhere someone said Shrek was old, and I got sad because I'm older than Shrek. I wouldn't consider Shrek old. But I know that I am biased. I know I'm biased. Yeah, now I feel old, yeah. Yeah, Shrek is 2001. I'm gonna feel old. I know, that's the thing about growing up. A lot of the things we enjoyed way back, I'm gonna say in air quotes, are considered retro. That feels weird. Retro is like 80s. Sorry to anyone who was born in the 80s that is hanging out in chat. Sorry about that. Sorry. That's just how I've interpreted it. Yeah, now the games are like classics. You hurt my old soul. I'm sorry, I wasn't like... Wait, your old soul? 2000s is classic music? No. What? Classic music? No. That's... I've never... Trying to think what I would call the classics. Oh my gosh, yeah, I called like some of the classics are like the movies from the 80s. Holy cow. Movies and music. Oh my goodness. I guess by that definition. Welp. Excuse me while I turn to dust. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I would not call me maybe contemporary with Mozart. I would not say they are on the same level. I don't think that's even a remotely hot take. I think that's the coldest take. It's like dry ice cold. Call Me Maybe is a banger, but it's not Mozart. A lot of people consider 20 years as vintage. No, 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 no. We actually, I think we had this discussion. Vintage definition time. We had this conversation. Okay. Oh. Nope, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right. Vintage is at least 20 years old, but less than 100. And antique is like beyond 100. Dang, you're right. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I was like, no, there's no way. I thought it was like 25 or 30 years. Welp. Oh, it's fine. Just age with grace. Wonder if they'll call like Shake It Off from Taylor Swift like a classic. This is, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is so bad. You don't look a day over 3,000, Captain. Oh, thank you. Thank you. How kind. Don't worry, we'll stop talking about things that are definitely not old and have been around. Like, you know what, they just came out like a few years ago. So they're really not that old if you think about it. Like, you know. That was what, 5 years ago? Oh, no big deal. No big deal, see? Like, for example, didn't, like, Frozen come out, like, 10 years ago? Wasn't that right? This will be the last thing. I think Frozen came out, like, in 2015. I vaguely remember seeing it in the movie theater. Yeah. Oh, it came out in 2013? Even worse. Oh my gosh. I think it was like a year or so after that I went to go see it. It was like the sing-along version, which was quite fun. Even though there's a lot of kids there, like the sing-along version was really fun. Good night. Okay. Oh. All right. Let's find something else to discuss instead of nostalgia and feeling old. Let's think. Let's see. Bongo Cat, please juice up my brain. Let me think of a fun thing. Ooh, ouch. And my first serious fall since turning 30. Oh no. My ego hurt more than anything because I couldn't stand up after the fall. 8-foot fall? Buddy, are you okay? I think, you know what? Honestly, look. Look, I don't think it's all that embarrassing if you couldn't stand up after that. After falling 8 feet and not bouncing and just landing on your side, no, I think that's fair. Like, there should be no egos hurt as a result, unless you did something stupid to make you fall. I hope you're okay. Did you break anything? Oh, emotionally? Yeah, no, that's scary. That's scary. Ooh. Someone get bro a life alert. Still, 8 feet is not a great it's not fun to fall. Like, ouch. Bro was probably laying in bed the next day or two. That's, ooh. It's okay, he didn't fall just now, but it seems like it happened recently. Good night. What's embarrassing is when you develop sleeping related injuries. Yeah, like when you're like when your neck, like, you just sleep a little off and it's like, oh, this hurts the rest of the day. I'm a little worried. So you guys know how I talk about leg day a lot. This is not a huge deal. So I did leg day, like, let's see, at this point it would be 2 weeks ago. But like, I noticed that like the muscles around my tailbone were kind of tight afterwards. And I was like, ugh, that's uncomfortable. But it's probably just because I worked out. But for like the day after, it was really uncomfy. So I haven't done leg day for like 2 weeks, and I was gonna do it yesterday. So I was like, you know, it's been a week and a half, 2 weeks. I'll give it a nice break. You know, maybe my body just needs to rest. I started doing it again, and it started to like hurt a little bit. I'm like, oh no, like, dang it, I have to like stop a leg day, which leg day is hard. So I'm kind of like relieved, but a little nervous. I'm gonna like go talk to a doctor. I'm like, is there anything I could do? Because I don't know how to explain it, but like those particular muscles where they're situated, you can't stretch them. They're not like glutes. Like you can stretch your glutes, but you can't exactly stretch these, or I don't know how to stretch them. No, it's not about me getting old. I think it was only like a day or two and then it stopped hurting, but like I was a little worried. I'm gonna go talk to someone, because I'm like, ooh, it's not a great sign. I'm not worried about like my overall health though. I'm just kind of like, huh, how can I stretch that so that I can like give it some relief? I think I can do like, I might have to like build up again and do leg day exercises without the weights. I think the weights are probably what's doing it. I think I could do the same exercises without a weight and I'd be fine. So I might just have to build up slowly like that and just let it rest that way. So that way it can still do leg day without like causing like severe injury. That's like one of my biggest fears, is that I'm going to injure myself to the point where like I can't work out for like several months. And like getting back into like shape is just gonna be terrible. Probably shocked your body with the intensity. I've done this before, but I will say the time before I did up the weight. So it's possible that that small increase in the weight might have thrown it off. Oh, ouch. I remember when I was a kid, I was climbing a tree and on my way down I fell. The fall itself wasn't bad. The pile of bricks that broke my fall as I landed on my stomach was. Ouch. Ow. I have a story. One time I was visiting family, and I don't know how many of you are familiar with this. You ever guys see squirrel feeders? Actually, let me I will show you a picture of what exactly it looked like. Oh, that's a funny picture. I want that. Some of these are hilarious. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Okay, this is probably the best example. It looks so fake, so please don't judge me for this. I'm just gonna save this and I'm gonna show you what this looked like. So I was climbing the tree. This tree was quite large. Like I couldn't wrap my arms around it like as a kid. Maybe I could as an adult now. But as a kid, like I couldn't wrap my arms all the way around it. Very big, thick branches. And I was attempting to climb up it, and I had gotten over. So what you see here, this is like a squirrel feeder. So basically you just take, this is like a big spike. Usually it's like a nail or something. You can make these real easy. That you just like skewer this corn on. The squirrel will sit on the platform, munch the corn. That's how that works. Well, what happened was when I was climbing said tree, I slipped because I couldn't get my arms all the way around the tree. And I fell, and it was like, this was, by the way, a rusty nail because there was no corn on it. And I fell, and it caught like, kind of part of my, not my pelvic bone, but like my pelvic area. It was like off to one side though. And for like probably about 5 to 10 seconds, like I slipped and there were like other kids around me and I was just hanging from this nail. And I was a pretty tough kid, and my parents were hanging out. They were in like the front yard talking to other adults. They like look over and I have this terrified expression on my face and I'm just like, help me. And they were like, oh my gosh. They ran over there. I think I recently got my tetanus shot, so it was fine. No, I was fine. It was all good. How old was I? I think I was like, how old was I? Like 13? I think I was like 13 or something, like 12 or 13. And like I was fine. Like it did hurt, and like, you know, we had to clean that out. They were really nervous. They're like, oh my gosh, like when did you get your tetanus shots? And so they were like figuring out when they got those done. I was fine. Funny enough, the next day, no, it was the same day. Hang on. Dude, kids are freaking resilient. All right. I have another picture of a thing that happened. Oh, I don't want that. I want... that was the best picture of it, though. They've since made them significantly safer. Is this one that has... Dang, the one I found is like the perfect one. Can I open this in a new tab? Hang on. This is important to the story, I promise. Dude, it wants to save it as like a web file. I'm like, I don't want that. One moment, I have to screenshot it. Okay, let me pull it up. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen these at parks. They're like little zip lines. So basically, here it is. Basically what you do, and I'm sorry the picture's probably gonna be blurry. There's like a little handlebar at the top. Here, make it bigger. So this kid is hanging off like this handle, and you basically go from one end and you like swing to the other. Little baby zip line. And they're fun, they're great. They have since made them safer, and you'll understand why. So this is the same day. This is probably like a few hours after the nail incident happened. We went to a park, and this whole contraption here was at the bottom of a hill. So I had the bestest, brightest idea. Said, why don't I run down the hill? And it was longer than this, so it was probably like twice the length of what this one is here. I was like, why don't I run down this hill and grab it and swing to the other end? That's gonna be awesome. Okay, here's the thing. I didn't understand how physics worked. So in theory, it works very well. However, and there's not a good picture of this that I can show you. I could probably sketch it. Should I do that? Anyways, the way these work is that there are 4 wheels on inside that little beam. Dang it, I'm gonna need to sketch it. One moment. I need to, what can I bring over so I don't... This is probably more complicated than it needs to be. But I should show you. Anyways, what essentially happened is there's 4 sets of wheels, and when I grabbed the handles, because there's handles for each hand, they didn't exert the same force, and so one hand inevitably landed on it first. So instead of just going straight, it was almost like the wheels got like twisted, even though they didn't, because they were constrained within the metal beam at the top. So instead of going far forward, I basically grabbed this handle. It didn't move. And because it didn't move and my body kept moving, I basically landed flat on my back, knocked the wind out of me. It's funny in hindsight. In the moment, my parents were like, Aurelia, please stop. Please just sit down. Don't do anything. Stop doing stuff. It was really funny. Afterwards, it was funny, but I did get the air knocked out of me. But basically, physics was not my friend that day. Nor was my brain, because my brain was not thinking. But to be fair, as a kid, who's thinking about the physics of why that thing didn't work? Afterwards, I was very keenly aware of how it worked, because I sat there playing with it. Like, I didn't run down the hill again and do that. But I was like, oh, I see why it didn't work, and I was like fiddling with it with my hands. So yeah, there's that. So, yeah, that is, I did that, both things in one day. I was fine, and I have a scar. Let me see. Can I see the scar? Yeah, I can see the scar. I still have the scar from falling on that nail, but I'm fine. They didn't need to take me to like a doctor or anything. It wasn't particularly deep. I mean, I got a scar from it, but my headcanon is the Custodes saw baby Aurelia being the toughest kid on Terra and thought, we gotta get that one. I'm flattered. I actually appreciate that. I grew up, my parents were like really, they encouraged us to be like tough, resilient kids. Oh, Redtail Wolf, thank you so much for for gifting the sub to S Tower. I totally missed that. I'm sorry. No, I always like, I think I just, because my parents said I was tough, I always like prided myself on being tough. So like, if when I was like playing sports and I got like hit by a ball or got hit by something, it was like, oh, I can take it, I'm tough. And like, I just did. Kids are tougher than like they think they are. They can handle a lot. Obviously there are limitations, but if you tell them they're tough, dude, they can take on anything. Dude. Oh, Redtail Wolf, thank you so much for the 10 gifted. Thank you, my guy. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry I missed your first one. I got so wrapped up in my stories. It makes more and more sense that you got into Warhammer. Yeah, I mean, I've always been more of a tomboy. I know I've said this before. I've been more of a tomboy. I still like girly things. I like girly things. But yeah, it kind of makes sense. Baby Stodes, yeah. Mm-hmm. Alright, no more scars. I gotta go run. Yes, see you, Redtail Wolf. Have a good day. I don't think I have any other extreme scar stories. There might be one, but like it wasn't anything significant. For example, one time I was holding the cat and the vacuum got turned on. So there was that. That was not fun. I got scars on my forearm because the way I was holding the cat's back claws were on my arm. And so the back claws like scratched up. It's not bad. Like you can still see the scars are faint, but they're there. Where the cat got me. The poor cat. Oh, and you too, Cap. Thank you. I'm so glad to see you're concerned about me. Cat scratched up my neck too. Not all cats are bad. It was not the cat's fault. I was trying to get the cat away from the vacuum, but I wasn't far enough away. Like the vacuum was in like the other room, but I wasn't far enough away and the cat panicked. So it was a bit my fault. Yes, I'm fine, don't worry. Don't worry. I wouldn't tell a story if I wasn't like okay or things like didn't end up being like terrible afterwards. I'm not just gonna be here to tell you like bad stories. No, I'm fine. Don't worry. In the moment, yeah, those all hurt, but like it's like, oh well, don't carry the cat when the vacuum may turn on when you're not expecting it. So I mean, other than that, I'm looking at my arms, I'm looking at my body, I'm like, do I have any other scars? Oh, I'm so mad because I never took a picture of this. So I have, in the past, I've gone to play paintball with some friends, and they had like their own guns and everything. Like they had everything. So we were playing a game. It's called Assassin. So everyone in the game is given the name of another person. So you are supposed to like assassinate your target. You're supposed to shoot them with a paintball gun. You're in a really small area, so it's kind of like hard to get away from people, but it's enough space where like you can like kind of like you can like stalk people in game, you know. So I was hunting someone else, and you don't know who has who. And I was standing probably about, he was really close to me. It was like no more than 30 feet. I want to say he was like 20 feet away from me. And I had this friend at the time. I was his target, and he shot me in, oh, where was it? It was on my, it was on my thigh, but like he shot me in a manner, it like buckled my leg because he was so close to me when he shot me, and like I collapsed straight to the ground because A, I wasn't expecting a shot from him, and B, it was incredibly close, and it was like it hit me in like the right spot, and it was just like boom. Yeah, I kind of got Charlie horsed. Hard to explain, but it did afterwards. It did break the skin because he was so close. So it was a bruise every color of the rainbow. Like, you think I'm kidding? It had purple, it had green, it had yellow, it had red in it. It was bad, but it was fine. Like, it was obviously sore, and I needed to sit for a little bit afterwards. But yeah, for sure, that was brutal. And I'm so mad because I never took a picture of it. I took a picture of one that was similar. Yeah. But yeah, I want to go play paintball again. It's so much fun. Yeah, it was a critical hit, honestly. He got the sneak attack too. I've never been hit like that in paintball ever, except I will say one time I got a really awesome shot off with this. It was just like the same group of friends. It was like a different outing though. And so the guy who was, it wasn't Assassin, it was just like a regular game. I was like hiding in the bushes or something. And the guy that I was like looking for, because I knew there was only like one or two of the enemies left, I saw him and he was like 50 plus feet away, and I was like, oh, that's the guy. My heart's like pounding, and like he's hiding, looking around for me. I'm hidden pretty well, and so I shoot him and I get him. I felt so bad, because please wear safety equipment, especially when you're playing paintball. You will go blind if you get like shot, okay? Like, you will go blind if you get shot in the eye. Please be safe. So we were wearing masks and everything, and I got him like the gap between his like shirt and like the helmet. So I got him on his neck, like on the side. I felt so bad, but it was such a good shot because I could only see like his head. Like, I could only see like above his shoulders. So I was so excited, but I felt really bad for the dude. But at least I wasn't like, you know, at least I wasn't like 20 feet away when I got him. I did surprise him. It was awesome. Awesome. That was a good day. Rappelling is fun. Yes, I do like rappelling. I haven't been in a while, but yeah, it's fun. Okay, guys. I'll be right back. I need to go to the bathroom, but I don't want to stop talking. So, you guys chat really fast. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. I was just like, oh, I should. I've been drinking a lot of water because I've been doing so much yapping. So I'll be right back. Talk about paintball. Talk about airsoft. Talk about like fun games that you haven't played in a long time that you would play. Okay, I'll be back.
and I must say that almost everything I've witnessed has been cringe.
I want to poop the snow.
Yes.
Sorry, there's a lot in me. There's a lot in me. Oh. So I have played some airsoft. But I only played like once. I wasn't very happy with it. My gun was having problems, so you know that takes a whole lot of the fun out. I also wasn't like a huge fan because I got shot in the back of the head by like a kid behind me because it was dark. It was hard to see. I was kind of pissed though because I kind of poked my head out from behind me, like from behind like cover, and like I had a guy that was like behind me. He shot me in the back of the head. He was like not immediately next to me, but he was close enough, and I was like, what the heck? I was mad. I was so mad. I was like, bro, what the heck? And he was like, oh, sorry. It's fine. I'm clearly over it. Clearly over it. In any case. Yeah, I want to do paintball again. I have my own paintball gun now. I just need to get people to play with and to like set up a time. Because it's so much fun. Yeah, it's always the case with like airsoft and paintball guns. They like to jam. Your new paint gun a bolt gun? No, it's just a regular paintball gun. But I do have I have a red dot sight on it. It's great. Because my personal preference when I'm in a paintball setting, I don't like to be in close. I like to shoot you from a distance. What's the point of range? What is the point of range if I can't use it, okay? So, I like to have my red dot sight. It's quite helpful. Yeah, you need to have a helmet mask combo. Yeah, you definitely need to be very safe when you're playing paintball. I will say, do you guys want to know the worst game? So it's like it's a rite of passage. When I've played paintball with these friends, we have a game. It's called Revolutionary War. I might have talked about it before, but it's essentially 2 lines, and you start about like 50 yards apart, something like that. It's probably less than that. It may be close to like 30 yards apart, 2 lines, 2 teams. And there is someone in the middle, not in the middle, but like off to the side, where everyone they go ready, aim, fire. And so your goal is to shoot someone across on the other team. And so then it's like 1 shot, then everyone stops, and then everyone takes a big step forward, and then you do it again until the other team no longer has anyone else standing. So it's terrible when you have really good marksmen and they start picking people off, and there's like 3 on one team and 1 person on the other. Yeah, no, it's pretty brutal because your heart rate goes up. It's terrifying because you're like, oh, I'm just waiting to get hit. I'm waiting to get hit, and as you get closer, it gets progressively, it hurts more. It's a fun game though. It's fun. Gets your blood pumping, and there's just like pure relief when you get hit, like in the first couple rounds. You're like, sweet, I don't have to deal with getting drilled at close range. Yeah, they did actually fight that way for real in history. Yep. You can even the odds by doing a bayonet charge. The thing with a bayonet charge, those are harder to come back from than a paintball gun. It is kind of an American game, that's for sure. Are you using traditional paintball guns or the new mag-fed ones? What do you mean new mag-fed? Because I have a hopper. It's not like a magazine. It's a hopper that's on the top of the gun, and it funnels the paintballs in. That's what I'm familiar with. I'm not familiar with paintball guns with magazines. Yeah, it makes me, honestly, that makes me think of like airsofting. They are lower profile, which is nice, but gravity fed, that just makes me, huh. Yeah, I was going to make a comment. I'm like, isn't the hopper kind of like a magazine? But I didn't want to really get there. Didn't really want to go there. Yeah, I'm looking at them. Those are interesting. It's funny because I'm looking at some of the other ones and they like seem like significantly less than 100 round magazine, but I don't know. I'd have to give it a shot. My gun is probably 5 to 7 years old at this point. I didn't know that. I didn't know that we were making strides in the paintball gun technology. Now I know. I've never had problems with mine though. Like obviously hoppers can be like unstable, like if they're loose. Or they're not meant directly for your gun, or they don't have like a nice like fixture for them to like sit properly. Because like if you hit it just hard enough, that hopper comes off. Your paintballs are everywhere. You can't use them because they may jam it. Of course, it's an arms race. Of course, they're developing the technology. But it's fun. I want to play again. I need to organize it. Probably gonna be me organizing things. That'll be fun though. Because it used to be like an all-day outing. So you get there really early. Not really early, like you get there around like 10, 11. And then you play until like 4 or 5 when the sun, or whenever the sun goes down. Depends on the time of year, of course. Or when people kind of get tired. You bring a packed lunch. Then we just pick a fast food place we'd all eat at. It was great. Yeah, I want to do that again. I should plan that. A good summer activity. Anyways. Ooh. Have you tried airsoft? Because that hurts a lot? Are you saying paintball hurts a lot or airsoft hurts? I have tried airsoft. I got invited by a friend to go. And like they had extra airsoft gun. It was okay. I think it was just rough because we played at night. My mask kept fogging. My mask was very, very foggy. And I got shot in the back of the head. So I didn't play after that. But I also don't have any airsoft equipment. But I did play one other time after that, and it was okay. Except the game I was playing, it was like at like a company that does like airsoft stuff, and like these kids, they were cheating. And I like shot them, and they were like shooting me, like even though I like killed them. Or like I'd be like, "Oh, you shot me," and then they keep shooting, and I was like, "Bro, what is your problem?" Like, stop, you got me. Like, you see my hands in the air? My gun is up, like, that means you got me. What is wrong with you? Yeah, no, I mean, they were kids. Kids are being stupid. But, airsoft might hurt more than paintball. Honestly, it's kind of like a weird memory. I don't know. Like, I always get nervous when I play, like, paintball or airsoft, because you obviously don't want to get shot, but, like, I always forget about the pain. I'm like, you know what, I want to go play that again. And I just forget the pain. Like, yeah, that hurt, but the excitement, the adrenaline. Yeah, kids can be cruel. Sometimes they just don't know any better. Not that that is an excuse that we should use all the time for them, but it is something that's like, okay, they just need to be like taught correctly. So, yeah, they just gotta be explained to, right? Innocence proves nothing. I'm not saying they aren't innocent. I'm just saying, you know, it is a bit of our responsibility to make sure that kids, I don't think it's just like a parent thing, but I also think it's like a community thing, that like the kids that are around us, or the kids that we are like mentors for, grow up to be well adjusted, like high functioning adults. Paintballs hurt more if you freeze them. Well, yeah, I think they have rules against that. That's true. They would 100% hurt more if you freeze them. In the same way as like putting a rock in a snowball is gonna definitely hurt more. 100%. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, but now I just want to play. Gotta coordinate. By the way, would you say one day you could be annoyed by random 40k quotes? Like, what do you mean by that? Because if you're saying, like, if someone dropped, like, a random 40k quote, I could see that being annoying, because part of it is you're having a regular, like, a regular conversation, like, say, about something. If it's a related quote that, like, kind of makes sense, then I could see it. Like, the innocence proves nothing one, like, okay, that one kind of made sense for the context. If it's kind of like a random quote, then it's kind of, like, odd and weird. Like, imagine if you're talking about something, then someone randomly comes up and says a Warhammer quote. Yeah, that's gonna be weird. You mean, like, the overused ones? I'm curious to know what they meant specifically. I think as long as like it makes sense within the context of a conversation, I think it's fine. Like if we were sitting here talking about cakes, and then someone came in and said, in the grim darkness of the future there is only war, I'd be like, okay, what does that have to do with cake? Then it's like different. It's all about the context of the conversation, just social cues. So yeah, or if someone said Katia stands randomly. It's different if you're coming into a chat. Like, it's that's a little different because I recognize that, like, the way Twitch and, like, live streams go, like, you can say a little thing when you, like, come in, even though you might not necessarily do that in person, but I know some people do that, and I don't mind. It's just, like, a little bit when it's, like, very off topic. It's like, oh, okay, whatever. I meant my comment here. I just, imagine one day every chatter come in saying their first thing is the Emperor protects. That's, if they, like, came in and they said that, that's not, like, a weird thing. It would be like if it was, like, a serial issue. Like, if it was, like, a serial thing where it was like, okay, stop spamming the quotes, but I'm not gonna be super anal about that until it becomes, like, a problem. Does that make sense? I wouldn't be like, you can't do this and you can't do that, and even though I like Warhammer, I don't want to hear anyone talk about Warhammer except me. That's silly. No, there are some exceptions, but, you know, just show regular, common, like, social courtesy. That's it, so. No spam, only Warhammer, yeah. Good way to put it. Do you quote 40k often? Oh, no, I wasn't bringing that up because it's a problem, it's just because someone asked the question. I don't think so. I've not, like, it's not been something that crossed my mind. It's just, like, I recognize people will say 40k quotes because I'm a Warhammer VTuber. It makes sense. So, like, you know, someone earlier today, I think they were doing their sub, and or it was their first time chat. They said Iron Within, Iron Without. I'm like, yeah, hello. Yeah, I can tell you're an Iron Warriors fan, and, like, I know that based on, like, what they said. But that's not something that's, like, irritating to me. You can choose one, airsoft or paintball. 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 Easy. Because I have all the equipment for it. No, thank you. I appreciate you being considerate, but don't worry. As long as you, like, are being, like, considerate, that's all that matters. Ooh. You guys hear that? That was my back. Felt good. Airsoft's got cooler looking stuff. That's okay. They can have their cool stuff. I'm just gonna like my paintball gun. Well, thank you, Lumina. I appreciate it. I wouldn't call myself #1, but I am happy to be a Warhammer VTuber. I'm just a little nerding out here. I'm a bit of a nerd, to say the least, among other things. Paint bolt gun? I don't know if you could do that, because I think there gets to a point that the size, the caliber of the paintball is not going to be super effective with a barrel that big. You can hear neck cracks, but not back cracks. Ah, it was a good one. Oh no, it's happening again. It's happening again. Not related, did you ever try to sword fight? I always thought it was cool. You count pool noodle fights? Those were great. Those were awesome. I did get as a gift for, like, Christmas one year, I got these foam swords, like, not just like pool noodle foam, but they're like, imagine a stick, but they're like wrapped in foam, and I got like a pair of them, so like I could fight my friends with them. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's awesome. I get to fight someone and I don't have to worry about hurting them. And then when we spar, we just put on like my paintball helmets that I have, so we don't have to worry about headshots. Like it'll still like ring your bell a little bit, like if you get smacked in the head. Like we say, just no face shots, just, you know, be safe. But sometimes it just happens. So, pool noodle fights in the swimming pool is the best part about. Yes, right? Getting to beat up your siblings, and it's okay. I'm so glad we have you. I have a strong feeling that Warhammer focused VTubers will always be incredibly rare. Yeah, no, yeah, and I do have other things to like mix it up, so I'm not just doing Warhammer, so like I do a couple different things because I kind of like doing like fun stuff, but it's nothing that's like, I don't feel stuck in here because there's so much to talk about, there's so much to like go through, and I really enjoy it. Warhammer on its own. What's your favorite Chaos God? What are you, some kind of heretic? You shouldn't have a favorite Chaos God. I have a favorite Chaos God to fight, and that's Slaanesh. I heavily dislike Slaanesh. Thank you for the hat, I appreciate it. It was needed. No heresy allowed here. If you're asking which one am I most likely to fall to, that would be Khorne. But that doesn't mean he's my favorite. I dislike all of them. I have no favorites. I'm a Khorne guy myself too. Yeah, well see, no, you're not a Khorne guy, but you're more likely to fall to Khorne, right? Right? You just misspoke, right? If not, I'll have the Inquisition just, you know, keep an eye on you. You don't want to fall to Tzeentch for the Borbs? No, because he's a tricky guy. He's gonna lie to you. He's like the kind of guy who will like love bomb you. He'll be like, I like you so much, you're my favorite, and then he'll give you the cold shoulder. Because he can, because he wants to. Because it's part of his big plan. So no, thank you Shadow for the bits, but no, I will not be hanging out with Tzeentch. I like Borbs, but I don't like evil Borbs. How about that? No evil Borbs. You know, when I search for Warhammer 40k streams and Anime Custodies is not the top of my expected results. Hi, Steel Rex. Yes, I think most people are surprised by that too, but I've only recently gotten to Warhammer. I think I got into it like 2 years ago. I've read, it's actually the other day, I've read 50 books now. So I really like it. I actually became a VTuber because I was bothering my friends so much because I was telling them all about like the Warhammer stuff. And they were like, Aurelia, you know what, you could be a streamer. Like, what if you told people on the internet about your love for Warhammer? And I was like, you think I could be a streamer? And they're like, yeah, I think you could. So here we are. It's not always Warhammer conversation, obviously, but that's how this came about. I could do that? Yeah. It wasn't even on my radar. I don't really watch streamers, like, for the most part. Like, I watch streamers now, and I can only, like, watch parts because, like, I am a streamer. So, like, I never thought about doing it as a thing, and now we're we've been doing this for like a little over a year now. And it's like, oh, it's kind of nuts. As someone who picked up 40K at the age of 7, dude, it's cool to see the hobby be socially accepted. Yeah, it's fun. I liked it. The first book I read was, I'd heard about it like from friends, but like it wasn't until like several years later that I read like a book, and I read the new book that had come out, The Lion, Son of the Forest. Yeah. It was very good, and I was like, I want to read more, but I need to know more context. Yeah, I got into it like late compared to like a lot of people. A lot of people got into it when they were like significantly younger, but I got into it as like an adult. It was mainly because I liked the themes and the topics. Like, you get a lot of like the book talk girlies, and they're... I used to read those books, but now I just don't think it's like a really good idea. It's not very healthy in my opinion. I used to read the book talk books, but they got like old and very predictable. And in the same way, like, Warhammer books can be predictable, but I felt like I liked the themes more. So, hey, really? No, long time no see. I'm currently visiting Texas, celebrating my little cousin's high school graduation. How have you been? Having a good day? Yes, thank you, Nomad, for the bits. I have a question. Are they really your little cousin if they've just graduated from high school? Kind of sounds like they're, like, either legally an adult or almost an adult. So can you really call them little now? Or are they really short? Because if they're really short, I will accept that. Look. I have cousins as well, and I have to grapple with the fact that they are older than they were when they were 5 years old. Like, oh my gosh. It's brutal. I'm like, oh, huh. Like, I don't know. Like I suffer with this as well. But I do, all jokes aside, I hope you're having fun with the parties and such. Age-wise, she's still my little cousin, especially since I'm in my early 30s. Okay, that's fair. See, with a difference like that, that makes way more sense. It's different if you're like, let's say like less than 10 years apart, and it's like, oh, doesn't feel all that different. I think that's like the struggle when you have siblings, and you're like, oh man, they're so young and immature, and then you all become adults, and you look at each other and you're like, you're not all that different from me. Like, when you're a kid, the difference between, like, say, a 7-year-old and the 10-year-old is huge. But when, like, let's say you're 30 and 27, there's not much of a difference at that point. Like, you're both adults. That's just what it is. It's kind of weird to think about, though. Like, just like, oh, I guess you're chill now. You're just chill now. Yeah, it's so weird when you think about people growing up and just becoming like mature and becoming adults is just, well, maybe they're not always mature, but you know what I mean when I say that. In the Finnish language, second cousin is literally little cousin. Oh, well, that's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, age difference gets less important the older you get. Yeah. In that sense, when it comes to siblings. Okay? Make that clear. When it comes to siblings and how like your behavior and maturity is. Let me clarify that. Okay? Look me in the eyes. Okay? I remember holding my cousin's daughter when I was still in school. Now I finished my 3rd university course and they've started at uni. Yeah, see? See? It's like weird stuff like that. Look me in the eyes. There will be no heresy. I mean no heresy. I don't look all that serious with Bongo Cat on my head. I was trying to look intimidating and then I realized Bongo Cat is there. And it's not the same. It's not the same. We need a Servo Skull Bongo Cat edit. That's harder to do because you see here, Bongo Cat is a blob. So like the lines are nice and crisp. That is not the same as a Servo Skull, especially Steve. He's got the arms to do it. It's just, it is not gonna look nearly as good because the way the art is done, it's like little tiny movement between the hands. It's gonna look not as nice and fluid if you get like Steve. Bongo Cat. And I'm sorry, just Bongo Cat is peak. So, there's that. Oh, thank you, Cat. Thank you for the armor polishing. I appreciate it. Oh shoot, I keep forgetting to do the little hearts on the super chats. So, oh, where's the other one? Where's the other one? I'm gonna get it. Always forget. Because when I'm playing games, I can't always... No, did I miss it? No, is it too far back? No. I missed it. Dang it. I like that. I try to heart the super chats, but when I'm playing a game, I can't... I can't heart them because then it'll take the sound off the monitor. Sad. We can rebuild him. We have the technology. Oh no. Oh no. Are you talking about Steve or are you talking about Bongo Cat? Talking about something else. And honestly, I'll be honest, I'm a little surprised. It's a lot of you coming in to like, just hang out today. We're just chatting. Yeah, just chatting. Like, I'm surprised. Normally when I have something like specific planned, like, it's just pretty chill. But, like, considering that we're just talking today, I'm just, oh. We need a more ceramic palette. Is Bongo Cat not ceramic colored enough? He's white. Look. Look. And thank you, 50 Self, for the super chat. He's ceramic. Look at him. Look. Very happy Bongo Cat. Have I looked into Trench Crusade at all? No, I have not. Currently, my tastes kind of sit around 40k and 30k, mainly 30k. I really like 30k. I like the Primarchs as characters, even if they're a little dumb sometimes. I need to do more like 40k research and knowledge. So, and that kind of follows with tabletop as well. I haven't played any Horus Heresy or any 30k tabletop, only 40k so far, but maybe eventually Trench Crusade. It might not be for a while though, so please don't hold your breath because it may be a hot minute. Golden rule of 40k, everyone's a genius until the plot needs to happen. Yeah. my dabbling with Warhammer Fantasy, like, it's like dabbling in, like, the smallest sense. Like, I play Total War with Lore Master of Sotek, and, like, we talk a bit of lore. Like, but it's not the same. Like, it's not like I, like, oh, deep dive, and I'm reading all the books, and I'm, like, super into the lore. It's not quite the same as, like, the 40k stuff. Can I be your Gring's familiar who hangs out on your lap? Well, unfortunately, I already have a cat. I appreciate the offer, and I also have a servo skull who hangs out with me a lot. I think I'm covered, but thank you. I appreciate the super chat. But I know plenty of my brothers who might be interested. Yeah, there are lots of Sisters of Silence. That would be quite painful. Would be very uncomfortable for sure. I know from experience. Plenty of Femstodes in the sea. Yeah, there's a lot of them. I mean, honestly, I think like 4 is too many. 4 is too many Femstodes. Opinion on the Raptors. Oh, it's been a while. I don't have strong opinions. I remember reading. So this was technically a. So I know less about like the chapter when it comes to 40k. Let me just put that way first. Start with that. Then I read the Korax novel, which is a collection of smaller, shorter stories. I felt really bad for them because Korax tried really hard to like make the gene seed work so he could do more with less, and it just turned out horribly, and he felt so guilty about it, and I felt so bad for him because he was really just trying to help, but his sons end up suffering as like a result. At least when I think of the Raptors, my first thought are the 30k ones from Ravengard, but I know that, you know, there's the chapter as well. So that's my opinion. They are cool though. All right, see you, Soko. Have a good sleep. You know, so there's different. It depends on like. It depends on which one you're talking about. That's the thing. It's always a little tricky. It's like Raptors. Well, which ones? I usually think of 30k first, and I want to get more familiar with chapters because I just don't follow them as closely. I need to read more codexes to get all that juicy lore. I'm sorry your play didn't work, Cat. I'm a custodian, so you know. I can see right through it. Thank you for the super chat. Just memorize every chapter. Yeah, you know, like the dozens, if not hundreds, that are out there. Gonna sit on my hands because the Raptors are my dudes. I'll ramble on about them. Understandable. Don't get me started on Sanguinius. You're a fan of chapters? Name every 1,000. Yeah, no, there's at least look, there's a lot. There are so many. I was doing some studying recently and I noticed, so I was trying to like just do general like memorization stuff. looking at like the dark angels, a lot of the dark angels, and not all of them, only some of them, they're like angels of blank, angels of blank, angels of blank. However, when you look at blood angels, they're like angels blank. So dark angels, they feel the need to clarify like what kind, where the angels are from. But for blood angels, they're just like angels blank, angels in carmine, angels this, angels that. That's it. Thought that was interesting. No, don't go through the whole list. Don't go through the whole list. There's so many. There's so many. It's not worth it. That's one of the reasons I'm happy to be a Salamanders fan. Yeah, what is it? It is... there's two, and my brain just stopped working. I could see them. One of them has the, it's like Storm Giants is one, I think. I remember the heraldry. It's like white with an inverted red lightning bolt, and the other one is black with like a silver thing. And it's something with a reptile. I don't know. But I don't remember what it's called, because it's not like, oh, it's a salamander. It's just something else. Yeah, and Sons of the Phoenix is the Imperial Fist successor chapter, but it's like suspiciously like 3rd Legion coded. Yeah, there were so many Blood Angels chapters. Yeah, the Siege of Baal, like, I think in the lore they said that 17 of them got wiped out. Knights of the Blood being one of them. Among many. Black Dragons, thank you. Thank you. That's what the other one is. Couldn't remember. Yeah, I think I was looking at an outdated chart. Like, it's an old chart. But I just remember seeing the Storm Giants and the Black Dragons on it. Yeah, they're really light. So light. Yeah, I've been trying to do better about knowing 40k lore. Someone will ask me a thing. I'm like, oh, 30k, blah, 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 blah. And then they're like, no, 40k. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Bagon, sorry there. I sound very Canadian. I know, so many Warhammers you need to learn about. Sorry, eh? It's getting worse. I know, I saw the warning. It was funny. I laughed. I laughed when I saw that get pinned. I saw, so on Twitch, one of my mods said yawn warning because I was yawning at the beginning of the stream. Oh, I missed it. Did you finish up that? Yeah, the bookend that I was working on the other week. Yeah, I should take pictures and post them. It turned out really nice. It turned out really good. I had to finish it off stream because I needed to like glue the whole thing together, and I needed to get some weights on it so it would like sit properly. I'll take some pictures. Yeah, I'm just very eepy in general. I didn't get the best sleep. It wasn't terrible sleep. I just didn't get the best sleep the other night, so, you know, it's just unfortunate. But, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I'm just a little eepy today. I don't know why. I should take a nap soon. Before it is not possible to take a decent nap. Well, we also worked out before this too. You know, it kind of makes sense. Kind of makes sense. Group nap. Is the group nap like we all just set our timers for the same time and we all attempt to nap separately? I don't know about you. I don't think I could do like a group nap in a big pile of people. That would be weird. That would be a little weird. I would feel uncomfortable very quickly. I mentioned the thing about group naps, and I just watched a whole bunch of people just pop off. They're like, yeah, no, I'm not interested in that. Not interested either. I can't blame them. Ugh. In any case. Suppose you could do either? Yeah. Could. Doesn't mean you should. Let's see. Let's see. Is there a good... What's going on today in the world? Naps should not ever be competitive. You've missed out the point of a nap if you are trying to take a competitive nap. Like, just don't. You know what, guys? I think we'll raid. I think we're gonna raid today. And you know who I think we're gonna raid? At least on the Twitch side. I don't know if he is available on the YouTube side. But you guys know Joe Cat? I used to watch a bunch of his videos and I thought he was awesome. And I didn't know he streamed until recently. So we're gonna go raid Joe Cat. He's working on some art stuff. He's making like a guy, I think he's making a script for one of his upcoming videos. So let's go raid Joe Cat. He's cool. Tell him hi. Okay. No stream tomorrow, but we are doing a stream. We'll be streaming the regular times next weekend. So it'll be your Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You'll have all the streams. Promise. I will get a schedule out. This was just a really weird week. So we've got lots of fun stuff. My cat's gonna leave me once the stream ends. You need to see if that's like actually accurate. I'm really curious now. For context, everyone, this person's cat was hanging out with him only when I was streaming. And then once the stream ended, the cat left. Yes, there is the pin message, just Aurelia raid with the 2 emotes. Yeah, that works. Thank you, Ultrafist. I should get a bot that just does that thing. In any case, this is the plan. We're gonna go raid. Please, everyone, do leg day, and do leg day responsibly, okay? Please be very responsible and follow all of the streamers' rules. And YouTube, I don't have any raider for you guys today, unfortunately. But I will see you guys all on Thursday. So please be good with the streamer, and I will catch you all later.